And welcome back, everyone, to What If Naruto had a Zanpakuto, a Resurrection, the Pantera Grimmjow series, Part 5. Last time we left on the Search for Tsunade arc, Naruto did get the Rasengan, but unfortunately, this version of Naruto does not have better chakra control, so he does definitely need the clone to do it. Now, no one raised the question. I did raise a bit of the question in the first one. Why would he want to actually learn the Rasengan when he has a Sero Blast that he can use? And to be fair, that would be a legitimate question. The Sero, by all accounts, is just a better technique to use. It's arguably can do more damage. It's a faster technique in just the overall, and it's a long range technique that he doesn't need to use make hand signs for. However, the Rasengan is a technique that can use less chakra, just because the amount of chakra you'd have to use a Sero and use it in a way that'd be damaging would probably be a decent amount. It's also something you can use in a close range capacity without having to risk someone just dodging it. Like when you hit with a Rasengan, you know you hit with a Rasengan. A Sero, though, because it's a range technique, you do have time to dodge even if it's moving fast. And they don't function the same way in terms of the damage they do. The Sero is just a straight kind of energy blast, chakra blast in this case, and our Rasengan has a grinding effect. This also gives us the ability to kind of combine the two together later on, which we won't really do this part. At least I don't think I will. But anyway, we would catch up after the fact. Tsunade becomes Hokage, awakens Kakashi and Sasuke, one goes back to just doing what he's doing, and Sasuke is unfortunately kind of just in the hospital for a little while longer. She goes to help Lee out. Wonderful. We would catch up, obviously, after the fact, where Sasuke has been stewing this whole time and just jealously over Naruto. Because it wasn't until the fight with Shikaku and Gaara that Sasuke had seen Naruto's resurrection. He didn't see it in the preliminary matches. And that's not entirely true. We did see it briefly against Orochimaru. But he hadn't thought much about that until he saw him take on Gaara and a Tail Beast. And he just realized how far ahead Naruto's kind of gotten over him at this point. And it's now just, even with learning the Chidori and all that, it's just pissing him off. So, we catch up to after the fact, we catch up to Sasuke sitting there, and Sakura and Naruto visiting him in the hospital. Naruto is just, being his usual self. Again, the Grimmjow aspects of him is really just relegated to his temperament more than anything else. And with Sakura, it's not like he's just going to be like, no, you back off, woman. I'm not taking this crap anymore. He's not going to be that. He might have a little bit more gumption to kind of call Sakura out, but unfortunately Sakura still steers the crap out of him. Luckily, thanks to practice, he can constantly keep that Hikaru up and just avoid getting a lot of damage when she knocks him on the head. Granted, she hits so hard, it still might hurt. And he's like, yeah, even my Hikaru, that hurts. Holy crap. How do I know the name of that? But still, when she eventually kind of clobbers him and she hands Sasuke the apple, Sasuke just glares at her, slaps the apple out of his hands, like, whoa, what's going on? Whoa, Sasuke, what's up? Why are you glaring at me like that? And Twitch Naruto's more like, cut it out. Naruto, what is it? I want you to fight me. What? Fight me right now. You just got catched up by Granny Tsunade. What are you talking about? I said, fight me. Shut up and fight. What? Now, this Naruto's response is going to be a little different. You were so eager to fight, but now the opportunity comes, you're chickening out. What'd you just say? Look, I'm not chickening out, but I don't want it. You're still recovering. If I beat your ass now, this is what Naruto says. If I beat your ass now, it's not going to amount to anything. You can just call. I wasn't at full. You can just make the argument you weren't at full strength, and a victory like that's shallow at best. It's like, and Sasuke, because to be honest, Sasuke was pretty much recovered. He's just mandatory bed rest just in case. See, I can promise you, I'm at full health and ready to go, Naruto. That is, unless you want to back out. Fine. I was just thinking about I want to kick your butt anyway. All right, and he just goes up. Let's go. And Sakura is just like, what's going on? They square off. I'll wait. Put your headband on. I'll wait. I'm not even gonna even need to put my headband on. You're not even gonna make a scratch on it. That's not the point. The wearing your headband is a sign that you're standing on equal footing. I got Leaf Village Shinobi. And Sasuke, there you go, thinking you're all high and mighty again. Like you're my equal, which is like Sasuke is like, no, that was it's just a sign of respect, which all you're doing is showing you don't respect anyone. Was the truth. He didn't respect Naruto. Like he had a begrudging respect, but he didn't. He was masking with impotence. And this is the day I finally beat you. It's like, Naruto, Sasuke, and they just kind of go toe to toe for a bit. No, the brief hand-to-hand fight would go, roughly speaking, the same, except anytime Sasuke lands a shot on Naruto doesn't feel it very much. He still feels it, but it's more like an annoyance. Boom! Because Sasuke's like, his skin's hard. Skin's hard. I can't land a good I can't seem to hurt him. To which Naruto then does the whole standing in the line of the sun thing, blinding Sasuke. Boom! Don't get cocky, idiot! Whoop! And just slam, and Naruto gets slammed on the ground. Just boom, 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 gets boxed in by Sasuke, only for Naruto to then just again kick him away. Makes the Shadow Clone Jutsu. He doesn't need to make anywhere near as many, but he makes a good few. And Naruto is just trying to overwhelm Sasuke. Is like flipping him around. Things like the Lion's Barrage, though, don't immediately take the clones out. Them hitting the ground is what takes the clones out. Sasuke can hit Naruto hard enough to hurt him a little bit, but not enough to bother him that much. And if that's the case, I don't think he gets hard enough to actually knock a clone out. Someone like Rock Lee, who's just naturally stronger than Sasuke, or Neji with chakra capabilities can knock a clone out in one shot. And the Jonin could do that. But Sasuke just doesn't have the physical strength to knock a clone out when it's using a Hyaru like Naruto is. So Naruto is starting to kind of get the one up on Sasuke. He even wants to go for a sword, but he's like, I'm not going to release Pantera here. I destroy the entire area. Plus, I'd eviscerate Sasuke. Like, he's still very aware of his level of power he has and what he doesn't want to leverage over Sasuke. Like, he doesn't want to. And Sasuke actually points this out after a little bit. It's like are you going easy on me, Naruto? Draw your sword. It's like, I'm not releasing my sword against you. Why, there you go again. There you go again, thinking you're better than me. I don't want to kill you. It's like, I want to beat you. I don't want to kill you. It's like, is that it, huh? It's like, wait, no. Fire style, fireball, ball. Just pop. It just hits a ball right in the gut. So, yeah, no fun. Sorry, Sasuke, not letting that get through. And just starts firing ballos from range at him. Just boom, boom, boom. Again, for those of you who are just catching up, bala is Spanish for bullet. And it's a technique the Espada or most Rancor can use, which is like a red circle that they kind of create and then just launch. And it's 20 times faster than a Cero. It's nowhere near as strong, but it can, when you do a lot of them, that hurts. And it's still chakra he's using here. So that's still straight chakra hitting Sasuke in the gut. So not pleasant to say the least. And Sasuke immediately just kind of blinds Naruto with Longi, just getting the fire style up again. Fire style, fireball jutsu. Crap. And Naruto basically uses a Cero to kind of like blow the fire apart, like kind of like you've seen techniques in anime where there's a giant energy attack coming, a smaller energy, concentrated energy blast hits it, and it just dissipates it. That's what Naruto does with a Cero, just it's like, yeah! And Sasuke nearly has to dodge it, like it's like a little cut. He just blew the fire away like it was nothing. And Naruto then creates a clone, gets the Rasengan ready for like a clash. And Sasuke is like, what technique is that? Damn it! Naruto! Sasuke! And then obviously Kakashi comes in and poof, what were you doing aiming that Chidori at Naruto? Were you really intending to kill him, Sasuke? That Chidori, that was not the size you would aim at the comrade. Which, that line always, maybe that's a translation error, but that line always made me go, well, what is the appropriate size Chidori to aim at a comrade? I mean, you gotta train, obviously. And, like, we know Naruto and Kakashi did a Rasengan clash when he was learning the wind release Rasengan. So, again, I asked the question, what is the right level of Chidori to aim at a comrade, Kakashi? Anyway, so, Naruto, obviously, you get mostly the same. Naruto goes and just says, this thing between me and Sasuke, it's just between me and him. Stay out of it. And so, he goes, and Sakura's all, upset about it, rightfully so, admittedly. Sasuke goes and just is just pissed off. Obviously, Naruto's Rasengan is proven to be even stronger than his, and Naruto never used his released form. Sasuke's seen it twice, seen how powerful it is. He really wanted to test himself against Naruto. It just didn't. He just wouldn't use it. And so you now get a lot of the same stuff here. Oh, I think I got a wasp in the house. Lovely. I'll have to either make sure it gets outside or I'll have to squish it. But it's not bothering anyone right now. I'll leave it be. So, like I said, Naruto goes off his own. Sasuke gets found by Kakashi. It's like, maybe I killed everyone you ever loved and cared about. You feel a little bit of what I feel. It's an interesting theory, but you're a little late to test it. Everyone you're already talking about is already dead. Everyone you're talking about is already dead. I always loved that little one-up of Kakashi. He's like, yeah, sit your ass down. Be humble. But to the point, to the point. The Sound 4 would still approach Sasuke. Everything, honestly, about the Sound 4 and Sasuke goes the same. There's nothing that changes there, I think. Sasuke is not. I'm actually, give me 1 second here. I'm going to just open my door. There we go. It's a nice day to hear the birds chirping. So, anyway. Nothing about the Sound 4 and Sasuke's interaction would change at all. And in fact, nothing about the Sasuke Retrieval arc in terms of who's going would change at all either. The same people are available that would go. Shino's not available. Hinata wouldn't go. Lee is still recovering, but goes anyway. Naruto's placement would still be the same amount of team. So we would have to go piece by piece with each of the Sound 4 and their interactions. First, there was Jirobo. Trapped them all in the chakra-absorbing, chakra-robbing Earth Dome. That interaction goes about the same. Naruto maybe tries firing a Sero, but because that's pure chakra, it's just getting eaten. He considers releasing Pantera, but with the amount of chakra he's like losing at the rate he's losing it, it's like I'm not even sure Pantera is going to get me out of this. Eventually, though, Shikamaru does work out the strategy to get it out of there, and they take a chakra pill. They're on their way. Now, with Kimimaro, this is a little different. Naruto, for example, gets hit by the clones. Now, Kimimaro probably could pop a clone even with a Yara because he's using bladed weapons. Naruto, obviously, we know hid himself from the clones. But instead of just attacking Kimimaro, he uses another clone to attack with a Sero, while the other clone comes in with a Rasengan, lands a good solid shot on Kimimaro, who was able to take the hit thanks to his metal-based webbing, which we only ever see it briefly there. So I don't know. I don't know why they never. And again, no, actually, why didn't he have it against Neji? What I mean by that is why in second release state didn't he just? I guess he just didn't have enough time to do it. If he had enough time to see Neji coming, maybe he would have done it. But to be fair, he also was taken off guard when the chakra hit him in the back of the throat. So yeah, that's probably why he didn't do it. Otherwise, he would have straight out won that fight. Because if his metal webbing armor was strong enough to stop Neji just in base form alone, then you add second state release curse mark on there, and yeah, he would have killed Neji. He just would have straight out killed him. But as it stands, anyway, even his metal webbing armor, we'll call it that, is only strong enough to kind of offset a little bit. It cracks, and he still takes a brunt of the damage. Like, damn it, you pain a little pain, and Naruto's got his sword drawn. It's like, I'm not sorry. I don't have time to mess around with you. To which Neji, comes in. It's like, no, Naruto, I'll deal with this. You sure? I can take this guy. Yes, but you're needed down the road. Go help Shikamaru and Kiba get Sasuke. I'll meet up with you later. And good luck, Neji. Don't you die on us now. And so they head off. Now Neji does get a better showing here because Kimimaro is already weakened from Naruto. And when Neji actually tries to hit him with the 64 palms, the webbing struggles to re-solidify simply because he got hurt not like super badly, like he'd survive. Not like he's internally bleeding, but his organs are maybe damaged to a certain degree. Again, like the metal actually did crack and he took a certain amount of the brunt. So he actually does get some of his chakra points sealed up to a certain degree. So when he's fighting Neji from a long distance, he's not as effective. Like when he fires an arrow, occasionally his trajectory is off. So Neji doesn't even have to use as much effort to block him. And then when he goes to second state curse mark, he's still not 100%. So Neji might, mind you, walk away at less damage from this, but he's still going to get pretty effed up because even still, he's not a range fighter. Even with Vacuum Palm, he's not a range fighter, which he doesn't have right now. So he would still be in a bad way. Now, afterwards, he would catch up with Naruto, Shikamaru, and Kiba going after Sakon Udan, and Tayuya. Obviously, there's the interaction with Sakon and Ukon and Naruto. I think, though, Naruto has the Rasengan ready, and instead he just dissipates the Rasengans. Nah, I just didn't want to be. It's like, what's the use of that if you can't throw it? And which Naruto actually grants. Good question. The Rasengan just dissipates. Let's find out. Good question. I should try something else. All of a sudden, I just point blank blast them with a Sero. Just, and they get effed up. Naruto is still not using, like, going all out using all his chakra. If he did, he'd incinerate their asses. But he probably did a nice chunk of damage. Like, there's a burn. Like, not that there's a hole in their chest, but because of the size of a Sero gets pretty big. He's not just a concentrated laser blaster. It's a big blast. They're burned, they're hurt, and they're pissed off. So then when Kiba takes them on, Kiba gets a better showing because they're injured. But he would still have to run because he's just not tailored to a fight like that. So Tayuya and Shikamaru have it out. Naruto, although Kimimaro shows up, it takes now Sasuke like, bring Sasuke back! His curse mark. His fox energy takes over. And so he said, give Sasuke back! I'll have to just finish you off. And he makes the clones. And Naruto, fortunately, has enough wherewithal in his mind to know, like, I can't take this guy with just the fox's chakra. All right, then the clones back off, draw their swords. Like, you really fancy yourself a swordsman, do you, boy? Kimimaro is someone who could definitely pierce the Haru. It's like, no, and which Naruto's just like, no, I fancy myself the alpha predator. I'm not a swordsman. I'm an alpha predator. Grind, Pantera! And so the Narutos are all there, and they got the fox chakra running, and Kimimaro's eyes just go, I heard Lord Orochimaru mentioned something about this when he fought the boy previously, but this is something his power is much greater. And then the Narutos just are disappearing in a flash. He's fast. I can't keep up. He's just doing his best to react. He's popping some clones out, but they're getting in shots now. Just boom. Naruto's got his claws activated. He's got the blades on his arm. He's starting to slice up Kimimaro, who's like basically just got his bones used as armor to protect him from the worst of the attacks. He's fast. I can't keep up. Activates his curse mark. Is able now to kind of keep up, and they're now squaring toe-to-toe a little bit. Naruto activates the Sero, not knowing that by the fact that he's bleeding, because he is hurt. No, and Naruto is a little hurt at this point. Not anything serious, but he's got some blood. Actually, no, he wouldn't be hurt at this point. He just hasn't had enough damage dealt to him. So he still manages to... fuck you, mosquito. That's the only problem. We're now in mosquito time of year. I should really see if I can find some mosquito traps, at least. Not, weirdly enough, not for the outside, but for the house. Like, put them in the house, so any mosquito that goes in there is just dead. But anyway. Naruto fires the Sero. Kimimaro basically uses his bones to kind of, like, slice the Sero in half. It's like, I will not allow Orochimaru's vessel to be taken. I was made to serve Orochimaru, and I will serve him to my dying breath! And he just decided, he's not taking any chances. He goes full second state curse mark. And he releases, and just as he releases, the coffin releases, Sasuke! And Sasuke, and just runs off. It's like, Sasuke! Eyes on me, boy, Nine Tails. Does he know he's the Nine Tails from Orochimaru? Maybe. But probably be more like, eyes on me, boy. And, he's got his spine out. He does, I think it's the Larkin dance or whatever. The Bracken dance is when he uses creates the tree bones. Naruto and him are clashing. Naruto's blades crashing his bones. His bone. How tough are these bones? Huh? I don't have time for this. And he's actually able to force a Rasengan, albeit a mildly incomplete one, and then fire a Sero with it. Just instinctually, and the Sero ends up taking on the consistency of a Rasengan, so it starts grinding as it's going. So Sero, it's something Naruto's doing instinctively right now. He'll learn to do it better later on. And it like just grinds into him. His bones are cracking, and his flesh is torn. But Kimimaro is still coming. I told you I don't have them. They're just starting to throw hands. He's throwing ballas at him. He's doing everything, but Kimimaro will not go down. Lee just wants to step in, but Lee is like, there's too much going on here, and I don't know if I'd be any help at this point. To which then Gaara comes in to kind of physic Naruto. It was like, Gaara, you're here? It's like, I got this. Go. You go and rescue your friend. I was like, right, thanks, Gaara. And he reseals his sword. I was like, you're not going. I was like, eyes on me now. And so Gaara and Kimimaro fight. Unfortunately for Kimimaro, because in the original, Kimimaro would have straight killed both of them. He would have outlasted them. But his disease caught up with him. And as Naruto has been pushing his ass hard. And Naruto, frankly, Naruto would have won the fight overall. A, he had more time on his side. And B, he was more determined. And then C, he had more techniques under his belt. For example, he was probably also bleeding at this point, so he can unintentionally create a Grand Ray Sero, which is a much powerful Sero. It's a mix of, when you spot a mix of their blood with the Sero. And so Gaara, does sand burial and just crushes him the best ability. Kimimaro tries to get out of there. Gaara uses the his sand to avoid it. Kimimaro tries to attack him, but the sand protects him again, and Kimimaro is just dead. So eventually Naruto catches up with Sasuke. Sasuke, why are you doing this? It's like, go, just mind your own business, Naruto. It's nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with me. After everything, nothing to do with me. You're saying after all the sacrifices we made, is that how you're gonna treat your friends? Friends. I tried to walk your path. It was good for a while, but no, we're going down a different path. So just forget about me. There's no way in hell I'm gonna do that. So that's the way it's gonna be. He sees the eye and Naruto. And now Naruto is, now to Naruto's credit too, even though Sasuke was really whooping his ass at first, Naruto was tired out to a certain degree. He wasn't peak, but Sasuke honestly was still, the amp he was getting for the curse mark was still a lot more than Naruto could have handled regardless, but it's just fair to point out. So Naruto and him begin their fight, and Naruto is nowhere near as out of his league here. Sasuke still has trouble dealing with that Hikaru, but Naruto is still struggling with Sasuke's newfound strength. Naruto, he steals the few tools Naruto has under his belt, like his kunai, all that. Tries to take his sword, but the sword instinctively rejects him, and he burns his hand, almost like it burns his hands, like, what? And then Naruto, I think I heard a bird. And then Naruto flips and just boom, just kicks him straight straight into like a hill. You're not getting my sword that easy, Sasuke. He also does a couple balls to keep him in place. Just boom, 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 boom. Is that really the best you've got, Naruto? And then he, does the Rasengan or the Chidori. Naruto decides to do a Rasengan. And they clash, and they're about equal, roughly speaking. Naruto's just like, well, that's it. You really mean to kill me? And so Sasuke tries to get the best on Naruto again. He goes for the Chidori. Now, you'll have to forgive me. We watched it a few weeks ago, maybe about a month ago, that final fight. Sasuke did ultimately grab Naruto by the he was using the curse mark. He was gripping Naruto by the collar, and Naruto is like, and he does the Chidori, and Naruto was able to offset the attack by moving his hand, along with Kurama's chakra taking over to help him heal. However, this time, he's just like, he pulls out his sword, they clash again. Naruto is still being gripped, And that skin of yours is pretty tough, but I don't think it can survive this, Naruto. This is the end. Grind, Pantera, and he blasts Sasuke back. But Sasuke, using the curse mark, is like, no, not this time. Just tries to pierce Naruto, and it goes about like that armor is that would be pretty tough. Even the Chidori would struggle, but it's also a curse mark enhanced Chidori, so he doesn't quite go all the way through Naruto's shoulder, but it does get pretty deep where Naruto's arm would be useless. Even so, your arm, you were able to offset the attack with that armor of yours. Even so, that arm of yours is going to be useless. And Naruto's still raging out, Sasuke! And then obviously Kuraba's chakra takes over. The music comes in. What was it? It's like, it's like, what are that form? And he's got the Kurama chakra going through. The eyes turn red, and he's in the release state. What are you? I'm your friend. That's why I'm not going to let that Orochimaru take you. Even if I have to break every bone in your body. And he just starts beating the ever-loving shit out of Sasuke. Like, combined, because Naruto already surpassed him with the Kurama chakra mode at that point, up until he gained the third Tomai and then went second state. Then they were about equal again. Well, when he went one tail, he was whooping Sasuke's ass. Then the second re-release curse seal kind of evened him out to one tail Naruto. But here Naruto's got his resurrection on top of that, and he's just like just beating the hell out of him. And Sasuke, blood man's against. What do you know about it? Yeah, I'm suffering now because I had those bonds. And he kicks Naruto off as like a fire style, just to get him off. And they look at each other, and Sasuke just acknowledges Naruto. The third Tomai activates. Unfortunately, it's not quite enough for him to get the one over on Naruto. And Naruto is still able to outpace him. He's certainly faster than Sasuke. Unfortunately, though, there is a catch. Naruto has had to activate his resurrection already today, which means it is probably a weaker variation. Like, just constantly activating your power over and over again, it'd still be powerful, but you're wasting your energy. You're using up your energy. So whereas right now Naruto's probably at like a full 8 to 9 times stronger than what he normally be. Originally, here he's probably only about like what he is over initially, like 3 or 4, maybe 5 times. Like, he's tired out. And even with the Fox chakra, he's about equivalent to what he was when he fought the Shikaku, or when he fought Orochimaru, which is still powerful, but it's enough that Sasuke could actually get a win on him. And he gets Naruto gets just engulfed in flames. Sasuke, why? It's like it's too late. Naruto just boom, cracks Naruto down. His resurrection is kind of still activated. He's not dead or anything. What a weak brat. You better think before this. And so, excuse me. And so, the one tail activates. He just punches Sasuke in the face. And so he looks like this, but with the one-tailed chakra over him. And now he is just blitz. He is now just a force of nature. Everything Sasuke does is failing. He's also just firing like purple arrows out, just balas everywhere. And then I admit it, Naruto, you are pretty special, but you're not as special as I am. I know Naruto's probably more special because, protagonist. So, sorry, he's more special than you. Get over yourself, Pill. Why don't ya? So, Sasuke goes second state curse mark as the wing protects him from an attack from Naruto, who does still get messed up. His arm is probably not as bad thanks to the armor on it, but it's still hard to move it. And so him and Naruto, and this is going to be key in terms of the final fight, him and Naruto square off for one final attack. And it ultimately comes down to it's the Rasengan and the Chidori, and Naruto's is technically stronger, but remember, when the attack finally went through, Naruto decided to just slash his headband instead, and Sasuke jabbed him in the chest. But Naruto still has an okay functioning arm. And, Naruto and Naruto just looks on, just like they're kind of sharing a moment But Naruto thinks about it and says they boop, 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 boop. And instead, though, Naruto snaps out of his. Like, it's like, I've got, you're not the only one, or you think you're the more, what's the best way Naruto would put it? In his head's like, sorry, Sasuke. And then he just puts everything he's got, because Sasuke's still in second state curse seal. Everything he's got into one final Sero. And just and then you get the music continue. And Kakashi is making his way there and wondering what's going on. And there is Naruto dragging. He's messed up. He's hurt. He's tired. He's injured. But he's there, dragging Sasuke as unconscious and pretty burnt up. I mean, he could survive. He wouldn't be like scarred or anything like that, but he is also messed up. And he's just passed out. Naruto, I'm not going to. You shut up. And hey, Kakashi Sensei, give me your hands. It's like, he fought well. It's Naruto, Sasuke, and they're both just passed out. Sasuke, what happened? I can't believe that it came to this. And he just, and Naruto, he looks at Naruto. Naruto, you really are something else. And he just picks them both up and heads them back. And so we'll end this with the aftermath, because a lot of people talk about this, and particularly one person who I think is a very, look, I appreciate your input. I do. I think this one person is on a bit of a Sakura hate train. But to be fair, for the longest time, I overlooked it. I did. Sakura does need to be punished. Now, not Sasuke, but yeah, Sasuke and Sakura, they're both getting punished. Now, Sasuke is a 12-year-old kid. He's not getting executed. I've never understood that mindset. Like, look, yeah. Oh, darn it. Please tell me this is someone I don't need to pick up the phone for. Yeah, I don't need to pick. I don't know who Jessica King is. Anyway, I'm not, because I don't want to redo this. What was I going with? That phone call ruined my train of thought. Okay, so yeah. Sasuke's not getting executed. First off, he's the last Uchiha. There's still Sharingan bloodline you can do with that. And you might say, well, they'll take the blood DNA to recreate the bloodline like Orochimaru would do. No. And then kill him. No, they're not that totalitarian. They are not. The elders might be a little bit, but the village itself is not. Danzo might be, but that's 3 out of a group of hundreds, thousands. So no, that's not happening. Sasuke's not getting executed. Sorry for that. It's like, well, no, but the crime for treason will be. Yeah, no, he's still a 12-year-old kid, and there's a difference. There is a difference between attempting and actually doing. Sasuke did not join Orochimaru. I think that needs to be very clear. Sasuke did not join Orochimaru in this version. He attempted. There was an attempt, but you can also but there's also the case for Sasuke that he's manipulated by Orochimaru with the curse mark. And his history with Itachi, at minimum, he's getting a very, very, very long sentence. Is it possible? Possible he could be released. Anything is possible. I'm not saying that'd be likely. But yeah, he's being incarcerated for a good long while. At least I'll ship it in. Then there's the Sakura issue. Now, Naruto would wake up, hear what's going on, Naruto, but Sasuke and Sakura are not, are being, what's the best way to put it? Sasuke and Sakura are, the punishment's being considered right now for Sasuke and Sakura. So, and to which Naruto was like, wait, what, Sakura? Why? Inoichi had to do a scan of her brain. You know how the Yamanakas can do that. Sasuke's mind. And in it, he remembered now, I always argued maybe he could hide that from, but a lot of people argued, no, Sasuke is not trained to be able to do that. And that's fair. And now but there is one catch-all on that. There's a catch-all on that. Because of the curse mark's influence, it could be dangerous to go into his mind. Because we don't know just what, don't get me wrong, it's not like a Jinchuriki where the tail beast is in there. Orochimaru is not in there. But an aspect of him could be, so it would be risky to do that on at least some level. But I agree, Inoichi could probably, pull it out. Which means then we found that Sakura had offered to join Sasuke. It's like, what? And no, she was desperate. Fortunately, she's young. She's a young girl in love, Naruto. So now Sakura. That's the one a lot of people always kind of don't agree with my choice here. Sakura is not going to jail. That was an offer of treason. Technically speaking, yes. Now, Sasuke did commit treason, but he didn't actually join Orochimaru. It was an attempt. There was a very big difference between actually doing in the attempt. And Sakura was just desperate to keep someone she loved. So, what do I think is going forward, what do I think is the most reasonable punishment for her? Honestly. And again, I'm sure no matter what I say, I'm going to get people pushing back, which is fine. That's what we're here for, argument, all that. Okay, so execution is off the table for both of them. Sasuke definitely incarceration, maybe for life. And Chakra sealed away, all that. Sakura's a tough one because she didn't even abandon it. All it was an offer of take me with you. So here, okay. I don't even think she should be banned from being a shinobi because we're all young. We all make mistakes. Sure. Awesome. And yeah, it's a big mistake. It is. But and I'm pretty sure Naruto would still probably vouch for her on some level because he still cares and understanding what she was going through. And I've heard some people back away from that argument. It's like, no, he wouldn't. Like, yeah, he would. Yes, he'd be hurt, but he still cares about her and loves her in his own way. Like, those arguments seem to just come from people who want Sakura to be punished. And I'm like, I get it. Naruto would be hurt, but he still would sympathize, understand. Like, you want proof on that? Just look at that scene where she asks him to bring Sasuke home. He's hurt. He's heartbroken, but he puts a smile on and says, you really care about Sakura, and I'll bring him home. And because he loved her. I mean, again, his concept of love was a little different, but he cared about her immensely. So I reject this notion that he would just be like, no, I'm not going to defend you. I reject that completely. And if you don't agree with that, well, that's your opinion. They're welcome to it, but I personally think you're wrong. So I think Naruto vouching for her to a certain degree would happen, but she's still getting punished. It's not going to be anywhere near a severe punishment. She's not getting incarcerated. But she is probably going to be on suspension from shinobi activity at least a year. She's probably not going to, and she's probably, when she comes back, it will probably be without option for like all of Naruto's Shippuden training period of not advancing in rank. Like, I think that's at minimum a fair punishment. Like, you're going to not be shinobi for a while, so you're going to have to take a civilian job to make money. And you're not going to be able to become a chunin for years. So, yeah. And furthermore, she's not getting training from Tsunade in this version. That's a guarantee. I can tell you that right now. No Tsunade training. That's not to say she won't train on her own, maybe learning some medical ninjutsu to try to help out, try to be better. Like Sakura was happy. I can see it now. Sakura was happy when Naruto brought Sasuke back in. I can also see her focusing a lot on Sasuke before finally realizing, Naruto, I need to go check in on Naruto. What am I doing? Like, I can see her finally, when Kakashi comes in, Naruto's doing fine. And when he says that, she goes, Naruto, I haven't even checked. Oh my God. And then she actually feels bad about that. Like, terrible about that. Like, and so I could even see Kakashi even not yelling at her or anything, but giving her a little bit of realization. Like, yes, I will admit, Naruto does keep his promises, no matter how immense they may be. And kind of applying like, yeah, that was a bit of a selfish thing you did. To say bring him back to you. And Twitch Sakura maybe realizes, yeah, okay, but I was like, I love him and he brought him back, but Sasuke, I saw how they were. Sasuke nearly killed him, Sakura. The fact that they both came back alive is no short of a miracle, to be honest. And to which Sakura goes and she thanks Naruto, probably in person. Unfortunately, that's when the Anbu probably show up saying, Sakura Haruno, you're going to be wanted in front of the Hokage for an attempted treason or whatever. It's like, what? And they explain, it's like, and she realizes, because keep in mind, Sakura's probably not aware of what she's asking them. She's not actually aware of what, she just wants to be with Sasuke. She's not probably cognizant of what she just said. Like, oh, I just agreed to do treason. Yay! Like, she's not aware of that. It's like, because when I did the what if Sakura went with Sasuke, I made sure to point out, she's like, oh, what did I actually ask? So there's that. But again, I think banned from Shinobi activity for a minimum of a year and without any option to progress for at least all of that training period, I think is more than fair. Okay. So, and then obviously Naruto is going to go on his training trip, all that. He visits Sasuke one more time, who's not talking to Naruto, who's probably just like, he's got chakra seals on him, all that. He probably, mind you, looks at Naruto and just Sasuke is like, you can hate me all you want, but I kept my promise, and you're where you belong. And Sasuke, pissed off, can't help but to kind of acknowledge that to a minor degree, like, yeah, I guess you were the stronger one after all. And idiot, dweeb, duck butt, or dweeb, Tem, but there is a slight acknowledgement. And Naruto probably, when he gets back, will probably try to put a good word in for Sasuke for what it is. His word can really help Sakura out. Can't do much for Sasuke. It's not until he becomes the hero of the Great Shinobi War that he's able to really pardon Sasuke. Okay, so he's going to go on his training trip. The last thing. Okay, so Obito and Sasuke. Okay, we got into a long discussion, a viewer of mine, and it's not that I don't understand where they were coming from. I do. The idea that Obito would just snatch Sasuke up from where he is. Just take him early. The problem here is multiple-fold, and for my opinion, at any rate, Sasuke kind of became a little integral to his plan to a certain degree, but not until after he killed Orochimaru. Like, and honestly, he was afraid. Like, big reason he never made a move on Itachi or Sasuke was because of Itachi. That was one of the big reasons he's never made a move on Sasuke. And the fact is, dying or not, Itachi is still around and knows a lot about Obito. And he even acknowledged, if he knew everything about me, he would have killed me right there. So I just don't see the logic. No, that's not true. I don't believe personally Obito would snatch Sasuke out of prison so long as Itachi is still alive. As long as Itachi is still alive, he is a threat to Obito. I think even with his even him dying, decreasing eyesight, all that, he's still a threat to Obito. So I don't see that happening where he just jailbreaks Sasuke, keeps him hidden in secret or whatever for training. I don't see that. I did it on a lark a while. Like, I did it on a lark for, I think, one of the last what ifs. I kind of regret doing that because I really had to kind of work around that to some degree. So yeah, and even if he does go after, like, I imagine he's got other avenues to go with, not just Sasuke. Yeah, Sasuke's got a lot of hate, so he can kind of mold that to what he wants. But without getting the training from Orochimaru, and with Itachi still around, I don't think he makes that play. Because Itachi also was trying to keep close eyes on Obito for what it was as well. So ultimately, I'm not going to have Obito snatch Sasuke here. Now, you can agree with that if you want, or you can disagree with that. That's my choice. That's my option. Same with the punishment for Sasuke and punishment for Sakura. All right. Join us next week when it's the week of What If, and we'll be going into the Shippuden era. I think we'll probably finish this out in 3. I think we will finish it out in 3 because we'll have the return from the training that will involve that will involve the Kazekage rescue arc. And honestly, we'll probably cover also the Hidan Kakuzu arc, because the try to retrieve Sasuke bridge arc, the Tenchi bridge arc, doesn't happen in that version because Sasuke is back. And then we would, then I think it's going to be a combination of mostly just the pain arc, but it's going to depend on how long that goes. It could be the pain arc, and it could be the Kage Summit arc, whatever variation we have of that. And then I think 3. I think we can get it down to 3, which means then I'll probably put the poll out next week for the next Naruto What If. All right, you got a long one this today, folks. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. See you next time.